My name is Steve Lemo. I'm CTO of Object River. Today we have a webinar that's going to demonstrate our new product. This is a WebSocket compiler that complies to JSR356. This is the Java interface to WebSockets. One of the books we use, and I think this is the only book that documents the JSR356, is this Java WebSocket programming book. We use this book as the specification for building a professional Java-based WebSocket implementation. If you were to go to our website and download our WebSocket compiler technology, it comes with a bunch of examples. These are part of our test suite. So what you're looking at here is this is IntelliJ, a Java IDE, and I've opened up one of the examples called Bean. One of the things we've done is we've defined metadata specifically for the JSR356 technology. What you're seeing here is here's an enumeration definition, a simple bean exception. There's an application exception, and here's a bean called test bean, which contains an array of strings and integers. Down here is a definition of an RPC method here, and what we've done is we've tried to make this IDL look like annotations, Java annotations. So here we have this method called bean method. It's a synchronous method. It contains 3 arguments that are all input, one passing a test bean, an array of test beans, and an enumeration. It also raises an application exception called bean exception. We ship the product with a plugin. If you open up the editor to look at this plugin, here you go in, you fill in your username and password. This is from our forum, so we require you to log into our forum before you download so we can know who you are when you run the compiler. And here's the path to the definition of this bean application. So if I run this application here, this is going to communicate with our cloud compiler, and we've built this technology with WebSockets. So now you're seeing the compiler run, and this generated 54 files, essentially 3,300 lines of code. If we open the source code, we'll briefly go through the source code. We have client and server directories. Let me open this a little. We have implementation directory. We ship the product with this main program. Here is where you create the client connection, and then you call the bean method here. And this is a test, so it's validating the result. If I open up this client, this is a JSR compliant code for creating the connection and registering these encoder decoders for binary and text-based encoding and decoding. If I go to this common directory, what we have here is this is a document style RPC mechanism. So what that means is there's an envelope. Inside the envelope is a document, and inside the document are your inputs and outputs to the server. So if we open up documents, you can see we have encoders and decoders for the envelope. What we've also done is we've used 2 industry standards, one JSON for text marshalling on connections, and XDR, which is a Sun microsystem standard for marshalling binary. That's basically the default because it's very low latency and fast. There's no conversions to strings. There's enums. This documents the message type that we defined in JSON and XDR. If we go to the server side, what we have is a server endpoint. This is the piece of code that's listening to the connection for incoming RPCs. This is all standard JSR356. There's an onOpen call, onClose, onError, and then there's message handlers that you're seeing, and it comes in here, and then there's a dispatcher when the message comes in, and we go to the dispatcher, and it's dispatching the bean to the implementation. If we go to the implementation, This implementation ships with the product because this is the server side. Again, these are test suites. When this comes in, it validates that all the arguments that was sent from the client are validated. So this is the code. I can come up here. We ship this with Tyrus, so I can basically run this server without a web server. So this is making the product right now. Compiling. Now this is running with Tyrus. And so this is the server. He's listening on port 8082. If I come over here to the client and run the client. Now what that did was that just ran the client to server. You can see on the server side we have a bean method. We support a lot of different arguments. If I was to open another example, let me close the server here in client. I'll briefly show you another example. This is one of my favorite. We support sending binary streams and returning binary streams. So if I look at this metadata, I can pass a binary stream as an argument to the server. And I can also, we have another example, returning a binary stream. So this is a feature of the product. And another example, if I go in and we run this example, here, let me edit this. I'm going to add my username and password. Whoops. Close it. Run. We can generate this code. If I show you the client side, fairly interesting. You can download this technology from, we have our beta out, and you can download this and really investigate this code. But let me show you here what's happening. We get a client connection here, and then we ask for the stream. So we get the stream. We wrapper that in a data output stream, because now what we're going to do is we're going to send these integers, and that will make sure the right byte order is happening on both sides, and then we close it. We also ship with a wait, and that will wait for the response. If you had a more synchronous call, which was the second call, you'd send it, you'd wait, then you'd get the result, and you can get the output and validate that. If I was to run this code again, like I said, we have a bunch of examples. I ran it in the debugger. It's okay. Okay, here's the main. And again, you know, what did that do? If I go to the debugger, you can see there was output on the server side. So that's basically it. What we'd like you to do is go to our website, join our forum. You can do the downloads. You can download this and get it running in like 5 minutes to investigate it. Appreciate your time and look forward to seeing you guys on the forum. Thanks a lot. Bye.